Why, Christy Sides? Why? 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 All you had to do was give her a chance, and your team would have had their perfect player. They would have had like the perfect player to have on this team. Like, we've seen it with Lexi Hull. We've seen what Lexi Hull brings to this team. But Lexi Hull, she can disrupt people with her length on the defensive end. She's not a terrible defender. Don't get it twisted. Lexi Hull's not terrible. Lexi Hull's a plus defender. Celeste Taylor is the perfect player to have beside Caitlin Clark. Why did you decide that you were going to build a team around Caitlin Clark the day you cut her? Why is Damiris Dantas, not Damiris Dantas, whatever Damiris Dantas, she offers something. Why is Victoria Saxton on the team? She averages 0.5 points a game. She averages 0.5 points a game. And then, I'm not joking with this. Like, I'm pretty sure this is her career average. She averaged 1.3 points per game last year and only played in 15 of 40 games and 3.6 minutes in those games. Why is she on the team? And like, I get bringing in Damiris Dantas. I get it. She was garbage today, but I get it. But why? Why did you keep Saxton? She offers nothing and plays the same position as Dantas. She offers nothing. Celeste Taylor is a defender. Like, can you cut Dantas right now and cut back Celeste Taylor? Like, she's what your team needs. She is a mediocre offensive player, but so is Lexi Hull. Look at this. Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. ACC Defensive Team. Big Ten Defensive Team. ACC Defensive Player of the Year. She has been her conference Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. And she's a perimeter defender. She's a perimeter defender who runs, who likes to run. It is one of the craziest things. It is one of the craziest decisions still to this day I have ever seen. It is one of the most brain dead, dumb decisions that ages worse every game, especially with how it happened. With the fact that it directly correlates with the team changing the style of play to suit Celeste Taylor. The day they cut Celeste Taylor, they committed to a style of play that suits Celeste Taylor. Like, you can't make this up. You can't make it up. You actually can't make that up. And look, she didn't really play. And obviously, Lynn Dunn didn't want to wanted to get rid of somebody, and maybe Lynn Dunn likes Saxton. This isn't all on Christy Sides. I blame Christy Sides for not playing her. I don't blame Christy Sides for cutting her. What are you doing, Lynn Dunn? What are you doing? You obviously didn't believe in Caitlin Clark to run it, to build with players around her. But now in free agency, you've got to find a Celeste Taylor. Like, and I'm trying to think, like, Anissa Morrow, you better hope that if you make the playoffs, she falls into your lap. You better hope there is an athlete somewhere there. Whether it's a first round, second round, you take the athlete. So I'm trying to look at the free agents this year. Natasha Howard, nope. Bree Jones, nope. Kelsey Mitchell, they're probably going to keep Kelsey Mitchell, but probably losing Katie Lou in the expansion draft and definitely losing Erica Wheeler. Ideally, you want to take, you're not going to get Kelsey Plum from the Aces. If Satu Sabali is healthy, you do whatever the hell you can to try to convince Satu to go to play 1 year in Indiana. If she's there, you do whatever the hell you can to get her. Vander Sloot, nope. Is that Parker Tice? No. Hines Allen, no, not needed. Izzy Harrison, not needed. Ariel Powers would be a decent bench option, but not needed. Sophie Cunningham, if you just want a damn enforcer, you can take Sophie Cunningham. I'm looking through and I'm like, there are no real free agents that absolutely fit that style. There are none that absolutely fit the style. Like, prime Diamond of Shields maybe could have, but this is not prime Diamond of Shields. Obviously, you're probably going to have to pay more to keep Temi Fagbenle. But I'm looking at these free agents. I do what I can to get Julie Van Loo. I do what I can to get Julie Van Loo as a player off the bench. Obviously, you're going to want Carrington, but she's not going to sign. Like, a Julie Van Loo would be a perfect player. I'm looking now down the end. Is there anyone? There's nobody really that fits that role. Because there are very few, because there are not that many players that play like that. Because Ariel Atkins is not a free agent. If you get Ariel Atkins, if you could get Ariel Atkins, that would be a ridiculous signing. But obviously, she's not a free agent. But, like, there's no real free agents to get. So you're looking at the 2025 draft. Like, Kiki is not falling to Indiana. Paige Beckers isn't the fit, but just Paige Beckers is Paige Beckers. So you're not going to get her. You probably hope that Anissa Morrow falls to you. You hope Anissa Morrow falls to you, and you hope there's some sort of a trade that you can make with Nalissa Smith. It's not even about Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith's a brilliant player. She just is so bad on defense that, like, you can't have 4 players in the team that can't play defense. You can have 2. So if you're going to play Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, you need... Because Aaliyah Boston's a good defender. She's out of the defense conversation. She's actually a good defender. Temi Fagbenle is there as well. You need 2 really good defenders in the other 2 positions. Like, you cannot keep going with a Katie Lou and a Nalissa Smith, or, like, even Lexi Hull. Like, you don't want to start Lexi Hull. If you have to start Lexi Hull due to need, then whatever. Like, it's whatever if you have to start Lexi Hull. Because you're like, well, we just don't have anyone else who can even remotely play defense. If you just actually kept her, like, I'm so confident right now that Celeste Taylor would be a starter at this point. She would be a starter if Christy Sy just had played her. Not that, by the way, I think Celeste Taylor is a superstar. If she was a superstar, someone would have picked her up. It's just style of play. There are not that many great perimeter defenders in this league that are going to be available. There are not that many. You need perimeter defense. You got rid of your perimeter defender and you signed a slow-footed post player who has good hands, but that's it. She doesn't fit whatsoever with Demira Stanta. She's actually a good player. She just doesn't fit. Nalissa Smith's a good player. Does not fit. Celeste Taylor, it may be not at the level of these players, but she fits. Like, Lexi Hull is not a brilliant player, but she fits. And that's the thing, is, like, they literally got rid of her after the Sky game. And then 2 games later, they changed the entire style of play to one where your second best player in that style of play, or third best player, because Aaliyah Boston is just, no matter what, is your second best player. Your third best player for style of play, actually, Kelsey Mitchell. 4th best player is her. Celeste Taylor is better at what Lexi Hull is doing right now than Lexi Hull. It's just Lexi Hull is 100 times better than Christy Wallace or Katie Lou at doing what they're doing right now. It is very frustrating. This is one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen a front office make.